Graduates, you may be seated. Welcome to the 2012 commencement exercise of Casper College. We have come together this evening to celebrate the success of the graduating class of 2012, the 66th class to graduate from the college. Tonight is all about you. On behalf of Casper College's board, faculty, and staff, thank all of you for coming to this commencement to share in our students' success. A little bit about the class of 2012. This evening we have 296 students receiving degrees out of a possible total of 679 during the academic year, earning a total of 675 degrees and 175 certificates, a record for the college. During this academic year, Casper College will award 361 Associate of Science degrees, 140 Associate of Arts, 133 Associate of Applied Science, 21 Associate of Business, 20 Associate of Fine Arts, and 175 certificates. 19 of the degrees that we award tonight were earned through distance education. 246 of the degrees and certificates awarded today are in the health-related programs. 49 in education. Of the 679 students receiving degrees and certificates this year, there are 270 men, 409 women. Our graduates come from 21 states and 10 foreign countries. 22 of 23 Wyoming counties are represented. There are 416 graduates from Natrona County. They join the over 10,000 residents of Natrona County who have associate degrees or certificates from Casper College. Will all Casper College alumni please stand and be recognized? Indulge me for a moment as I read a brief letter from Maddie Winter. Maddie graduated last night in education from UWCC. Maddie writes, "My mom, Terry Winter, had no intention of going to college. Not out of high school, not ever. Growing up, school was the one thing she absolutely hated, so she had a fear of schooling altogether. My mom and dad always pushed us, wanting their children to do well in school, and wanted all of us to continue to higher education. So, of course, I listened to them. I was taking education courses from Casper College one semester, and I had a late class. I was driving back and forth from Douglas every day, and my mom did not want me to have to drive alone late, although she knew I was perfectly capable of doing so. She decided that she could take a class at the same time, a class that changed her perception of education. Cinema history with Ebba Stadelli turned my mom into a college graduate. My mother will not only be receiving her degree, but she did so as an honor student. Countless meltdowns and erased papers never stopped my mom. She had the motivation to finish. She helps me grow every day with her patience and wisdom. My mom, Terry Winter, has accomplished so much in the past 2 years, and I could not be more proud. As I graduated on May 10th and she graduates on May 11th, I only wish we could have graduated together. We are both opening up chapters of our lives, and I cannot imagine going through it with anyone else. Maddie told me that last night she was more excited about her mom's graduation than hers. Terry Winter, would you please stand and be recognized? 14 international students will graduate tonight from Casper College. Excuse me. 8 are with us this evening. Edward, would you stand as I call your name? Edward Mathuri from Kenya. Denison Bogihios from Venezuela. Andrew Corkle from New Zealand. Rafael Chmielewski from Poland. Susanna Kriki from Italy. Madara Golbe from Latvia. Rosalie Kutri from Australia. And finally, Zuhala Munzor from Afghanistan. International students are wearing sashes representing their country of citizenship. Please help me recognize Rebecca Burton in the Student Success Center and Scott Grant, a teaching assistant for general biology at Casper College's Fall and Spring Outstanding Student Employees. Rebecca and Scott, could you stand, please? Thank you. Several weeks ago, one of our graduates tonight passed away, Adam Longo, in our fire science program. Receiving Adam's degree tonight is his wife, Jennifer. She will be assisted to the stage by Brian Webster and Cass Huber with the Natrona County Fire District. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. We have several graduates tonight related to our faculty and staff. They will help in awarding of degrees. Please stand as I call your name. Samuel Bertinol, son of Wes Bertinol. Nicole Underwood, son of Chancey Rogers. Derek Higgins, son of Michelle Higgins. Michelle received her bachelor's degree from UWCC last night. We have several graduates related to each other, and would you please stand as I call your name? Jennifer and Randy Eason, our niece and uncle. Nicholas and Nathan Cochran, our brothers. Ryan and Jennifer Kramer, our brother and sisters. Rebecca Lynn Burton and Laura Lee Parrott, our sisters. And Abigail and Tyler Tilley, our husband and wife. We believe, excluding our international students, that Heidi Mueller is the farthest from home tonight. Heidi has dual citizenship in British Columbia, northern British Columbia, Canadian and U.S. citizenship. Heidi, would you stand and be recognized as the farthest from home? I'd like to take a moment and recognize the members of all of our competitions, the talking teams, the talking T-Birds, the livestock judging team, the volleyball, basketball, and rodeo teams. Our intercollegiate athletic teams enjoyed an amazing year. All 3 were ranked in the top 20 at some point during the season. The men's rodeo team won the regional championship for the 2nd year in a row, and we wish them luck at CNFR. 6 fire science students qualified to participate in the World Firefighting Combat Challenge. Livestock judging team had its first win at a national competition since 1997. The forensics team finished 26th in the nation in parliamentary debate among both 2- and 4-year universities, colleges, and universities. And finally, the Casper College Agricultural Club was designated the #1 college of all colleges and universities in a national Aggies Online competition. Will all the members of our competition teams please stand and be recognized? All of these activities help make Casper College the 25th best community college in the nation out of 1,100 colleges nationally. We're really proud of that. Just as a side note, not in my notes, by the way, is that there was another Wyoming college that was number 50. You do the math. I sent that president 2 of our 25 top 25 buttons, 25. She hasn't talked to me yet. We were also ranked the 5th most attractive college in the nation this past year. I suspect that was before we dug a huge hole in the middle of campus. The average age of this year's graduates is 27.4. 84 of our graduates are 40 years old or older. At practice earlier this morning, one of our graduates tonight, Keith Goodenough, mentioned that he started taking classes at Casper College 37 years ago. Another mentioned that they were out of high school for 40 years. Our youngest graduate tonight is Michelle Sherwin. Michelle, would you stand, please? Michelle is graduating with an AS in General Studies. She plans to continue at Casper College with a pre-med associate's degree and then transfer to UWCC and get a math science degree with her ultimate long-term goal of being a pediatrician. Our most mature graduate tonight, noticed I didn't say oldest, is Margaret McLean. Margaret, would you please stand? Margaret is 50 years older than Michelle. Some of you can do the math here on that one as well. Margaret will receive an AA degree in English and plans to write children and youth books. Although she has been taking classes for years at Casper College and working in our writing center, a friend encouraged her to get a degree. She also told me, with a smile, that she climbed K2 in the Himalayas. The power of creative writing, I believe. Thank you, Michelle and Margaret, for letting me recognize you today. These students represent the range of students served by Casper College. We are privileged to witness the success of students every day. Throughout our proud 67-year history, this college has focused on one theme: helping students succeed and to change their lives by concentrating on teaching and learning. We have great teachers and great staff to support students. Because our focus is on learning, students are successful at Casper College. I know that all of you want to do well in the future and that we have provided you the groundwork to succeed in life and work. I know that you will make a difference in your communities every day, much like our commencement speaker. Today's commencement is about all of us in the room, family and friends who supported our graduates, sometimes financially, but often emotionally, Casper College faculty and staff who guided our graduates through their courses and programs, and finally our graduates who persevered in their course of study. Would all of you join me today in celebrating their achievements and excellence as they continue the legacy of Casper College alumni? Just a little bit about the sash and cords that you see in stoles. The sash cord or stole indicates memberships in honor society or special society. Seals or emblems may be added to the sash to symbolize a particular society. The program lists all of these by students and faculty. Before I introduce our speaker, I'm very pleased to introduce our platform guest. I would ask that each of you stand and remain standing as I call your name. First, I'd like to introduce our Board of Trustees. All of us at Casper College appreciate the tremendous effort and time our board puts in on behalf of the college. Please stand as I call your name. Kathy Dolan is president of the board. Dr. Scott Benyon and Robert Despain are the other members on the board on the platform. Others on the platform are, and again, please stand as I call your name, Dr. David Cherry, Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Joanna Anderson, Vice President for Student Services. Ms. Lindy Colling, Vice President for Administrative Services. Our platform marshal, Dr. Floyd Kelly, representing the faculty and the senior retiring faculty member this year. Dr. Kelly started at the college in 1969. Dr. Brent Pickett, Associate Dean at the University of Wyoming Casper College Center. Kevin Brumley, President of the Casper College Alumni Association. Matteo Pistono, our commencement speaker this evening. Representing our students, Trinity Holland, President of the Student Senate. Trinity will present the class later in the program. Other members of the stage party will be introduced later during the presentation of degrees and certificates. I'm also pleased to recognize our state senators and representatives and members of the Casper College Foundation in the audience and thank them for their support of Casper College. I'd also like to recognize Allison McNulty, Linda Nichols, Nita Romero, Pam Honkin, and the admissions and student record staff and others who helped in putting together today's ceremony, and Dr. Eric Unruh, our pianist today. Finally, I would like our graduates to help me recognize and acknowledge our faculty and administrators seated on either side by a round of applause. Like parents, it is hard for us to see you go, but also like parents, we want the best for your future. Phi Theta Kappa is the internationally recognized two-year college honor society. Our chapter has been awarding what our members call the TLC, or Terrific Learning Coach, essentially Teacher of the Month, as nominated and voted on by members of the chapter who are present at the monthly meetings. They choose instructors September through April, with the TLC of the year voted on in the May business meeting to be announced here tonight. Faculty members who have been chosen in the past and are still on the staff at Casper College include Mary Kubicek, Tom Clifford, Will Robinson, Nick DeSalvo, Eric McKelkey, Ruth Doyle, Doug Bull, Pat Patton, Eric Franklin, and Holly Wendt. Current faculty on the ballot this year are Maria Nolan in Sign Language, Jim Crum, Computer Science, David Zobe in English and Honors, Diana Quealy-Berge in Addictionology, Tom DeVood in Education, Leslie Travers in Psychology, and Gail Shenfish, standing next to me in sign language. It is my pleasure to award the 23rd TLC of the Year to Jim Crum. Jim, would you come forward and receive your plaque? Now it is my pleasure to introduce our speaker for today. Graduates, tonight's commencement speaker, Matteo Pistono, received his Casper College degree on this stage in 1991. Today he is a writer, photographer, social justice campaigner, and highly successful author. His writings have appeared in major international publications, and he has made hundreds of presentations throughout the world about what he learned in his travels in Nepal and Tibet. His book, In the Shadow of the Buddha, Secret Journeys, Sacred Histories, and Spiritual Discoveries in Tibet, is among the best-selling in this category. Matteo grew up in Lander and had a full-ride scholarship to go to any institution in Wyoming. He chose Casper College. While he was here, he spent a lot of time climbing in Fremont Canyon and snowboarding on Casper Mountain. His love of outdoor sports eventually led him to the mountains of Nepal, where he developed a very different set of interests. For nearly a decade, Matteo evaded Chinese security and smuggled out photos of prisons, secret documents, and first-hand interviews of torture victims. Tibet's spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, used Matteo as his personal courier. He gave this evidence to human rights organizations and the United States State Department, and anyone else who would listen. Some in the audience may remember actor Richard Gere testifying before Congress about human rights abuses in Tibet. Richard Gere's secret source inside Tibet was Matteo. Anyone close to the fight for human rights in Tibet knows about the dedication of Matteo Pistono. Rave reviews of Matteo's work have come from around the globe, from the Dalai Lama himself to musician Peter Gabriel. One prominent reviewer called Matteo the James Bond of Tibetan Buddhism. Matteo has been back to Casper several times over the years, and we are honored that he is here today with his wife Monica and his father Chico seated over here. Matteo, would you please address the graduates?
Thank you very much, Dr. Nolte, for that very generous introduction. Distinguished guests, some of my former teachers and professors, parents, friends, fellow Wyomingites, and most of all, you graduates, I'm honored to be with you here tonight to give the commencement speech for the graduating class of 2012. Let me begin by recognizing your efforts during your time here at Casper College. It hasn't been easy, it hasn't been comfortable, it hasn't always been convenient. You've overcome many obstacles and prevailed. It's commendable, and we congratulate you. It's wonderful for me to be back here in Casper with my wife Monica, and my father made the drive up from Cheyenne. As Dr. Nolte mentioned, when I grew up in Lander, and when I was 16 years old, I made the most significant decision of my life. I made the decision to get out of my comfort zone. I told my parents I wanted to go to Italy to study for my senior year of high school. And while they were a bit scared and hesitant to let me go, they let the sort of youthful spirit go off and to see the world. I arrived in Italy without a family, without a friend, without a map, and indeed without a language. Nobody in my host family nor the school where I was put up in spoke English. And I did not speak Italian at the time when I arrived. It was sort of sink or swim time. And while I studied hard to learn the language, I learned one of the most important lessons of my life at that time, and that was to listen. Take time to listen. Take time to really listen to others, and take time to listen to yourself. In our world today, where our hands and our eyes are inundated and busy with emails, text messages, and with the echo chamber of talk radio and television, it's difficult even to find time to listen. So I encourage you to seek out that time to give yourself the opportunity for authentic communication with others. Sit with your family and friends and deeply listen. And perhaps most importantly, slow down to give your chance a time to listen to your inner voice. Try turning off the television, put away the earphones, ditch your iPhone and your Blackberries, and return to the present moment. You may very well be startled and amazed at what will arise from a quiet mind. So when I went to Italy, away from everything that I was accustomed to, I encountered many different points of views on life and politics. The experience broadened my mind and allowed me to consider others' opinions. And I began to appreciate this diversity, even with those with whom I disagreed. Importantly, this taught me to loosen my tight grip on what I thought was the right way. I believe we must always remain open to learn from others, even with those with whom we disagree. The paralysis in our political system today in the U.S. has its roots in both the liberal left and the conservative right's inability or unwillingness to listen to those with whom they are in disagreement. It is only through dialogue, not authoritative monologues, where we in Wyoming, in the United States, and indeed around the world, including in Afghanistan, where we'll sort out our problems. Working together is the only way. So please foster meaningful dialogues in your family, in your community, and in your political discourse. So when I came back to Wyoming after Italy, I wanted to continue to study Italian language. And that was actually the reason why I came to Casper, because it offered Italian language. So I enrolled here and began my 2 years. And that first semester, I learned an important lesson, which was this: failure is not always bad. This lesson came to me in my English composition class when our first essay assignment was graded and returned to us. I received an F on the assignment. Mrs. Larson had given me an F. Now, I had never received an F in my life, and I thought for sure Mrs. Larson had gotten something terribly wrong. After all, I was an aspiring writer even at that time. What was scrawled on the paper next to the F was too much dead wood. Now, I had fished enough on the Platte and on the Green to know exactly what dead wood is, that floats, dry, dead, doesn't give any meaning. But what did this dead wood have to do with my writing? For that English assignment, as in life, Mrs. Larson taught me the need to cut through, to toss out what is meaningless. So I want to encourage you all, at this time in your life with your new education, to take a fresh look and cut through the dead wood. Cut through what is not giving real meaning to your life, but rather obstructs and weighs down. Get rid of it. Move on to the next phase of your life with the clarity to see what is essential and what is not. I now thank my Mrs. Larson for that F that she gave me. She taught me that great lesson to get rid of the meaninglessness. So after I left Casper College, I went to the University of Wyoming, later to London, England, and did a graduate degree in Buddhist philosophy. And after graduate school, I worked at the Smithsonian Institution and lived and traveled throughout India, Nepal, Tibet, greater part of Asia for nearly a decade. And I greatly appreciate the formal education I received at the various institutions where I studied, and I certainly encourage any of you who's, if it's in your life plan, to seek higher education to do so. In my last 20 years of work and travel, I've had the fortune to meet great spiritual leaders and wise scholars, celebrities, and some of the world's most powerful politicians. Yet, I have to admit that what I've learned outside the classroom, far away from the halls of power, is where I've discovered the real-world wisdom that I tried to live my life by. So please forgive me tonight for not quoting great poets or presidents, or Jesus, or the Buddha, or Saint Teresa, or Gandhi, or the Dalai Lama. Rather, tonight, I'd like to offer to you as my gift for your graduation a few gems of wisdom that I've received from hermits in the Himalayas, from tough seamen in Alaska, from scruffy bearded monks in the Himalayas, and indeed from my forefathers here in Wyoming. First, do not be defined by what others tell you. Right now, you have ideas, you have dreams, you have aspirations. So I say to you graduates tonight, wake up. Go and live those dreams right now. Don't let others place any limitations on you at all. You deserve to give your dreams a chance. Especially you young women and young at heart, be bold and push the limits, and don't live someone else's life. I was once told by an elderly man in Kathmandu that there's one thing in life to be afraid of, and that is leading a mediocre life. What makes the life mediocre? That is for each of us to decide. But I challenge you tonight not to be afraid to question conventional wisdom and rethink old dogmas that can make your life mediocre. Feel free to have a complete lack of regard for all traditional markers of prestige and societal status. Make a commitment of doing what is meaningful to you, what helps others, and what makes a difference in the world. Take responsibility for that positive change that you want to see in the world. Your willingness to follow through with your highest aspirations will take courage. So summon that courage and with conviction, move forward. Yet in life, we know that there will be disappointments. You won't be treated the way that you always want to be. It'll be a challenging road ahead, and you will fail at some point. You'll lose out. It's inevitable. But in those failures is where you will gain strength. You'll have to pick yourself up by your bootstraps and get back in the saddle. In other words, when the going gets rough, you need to take part in your own rescue. When you take part in your own rescue, you can be assured that you will find the help and the love of others who will be there for you. And the flip side of this proposition is this. When you see that friend, that relative, even the stranger who needs help, reach out to do your part in this situation and do the right thing. And this leads me to my last point this evening. Memento mori. Remember your mortality. Remember you'll die. Now this isn't a morbid thought, but quite the contrary, it is the only thing which we can be absolutely certain of in this life. It is the reality with which we live every day. To reflect upon and remember our mortality is the rarest of gems that I have been given. Because it is in knowing how little time that we are here, we will clearly see how to live life to its fullest. It is in knowing how fragile and brief this life is that our priorities are quickly sorted and decisions made clear. Remembering death is the great prioritizer. And when you leave this earth, you'll take nothing. You'll take no money, no fame, nothing with you at all, except that which you've given. It is true that it is in giving that we receive. And in doing so, you'll have a heart that is full of loyalty to your highest aspirations, to the sacrifices you've endured, and to the courage for which you've lived. So remember, take time to listen, even to those with whom you disagree. Cut the dead wood. Do not be defined by what others tell you. Wake up and live your dreams. And remember how little time that we have here on earth. I congratulate you again on your achievement. Go have fun tonight, and I wish you every success in the future. Thank you.
Matteo Pistono. Another round of applause, please. Let us proceed with the conferring of degrees. It is my pleasure to bring to the podium our student representative, Trinity Holland, and Dr. David Cherry, Vice President for Academic Affairs. As I mentioned earlier, Trinity is the President of the Student Senate. Trinity is graduating today with degrees in agriculture, communications, and animal science. She plans to work and own in a radio station in Spearfish and get married on September 1st. And this is her quote, "To the man of my dreams who I met at Casper College." Trinity Holland.
Thank you, Dr. Nolte. Will my fellow classmates please rise? It is bittersweet to come to our final evening together. I congratulate you, my fellow graduates. In whatever endeavors you may choose, I urge you to remember that you are intelligently designed with a powerful purpose. Although we are extremely ordinary people, we must keep in mind our capability to do extraordinary things. Dr. Cherry, the Casper College Class of 2012.
Mrs. Dolan, in your role as President of the Board of Trustees and on behalf of the Casper College faculty, I recommend to you that the degrees and certificates be awarded and presented to the graduates of the Class of 2012.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the laws of the state of Wyoming, the rules and regulations of the Casper College District Board, and upon recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon you the degrees of Associate of Arts, Associate of Fine Arts, Associate of Business, Associate of Applied Science, and Associate of Science, as well as the certificates of completion as listed in the official program. Graduates, please be seated.
This evening, some graduates will be announced as candidates for graduation with distinction. To graduate with distinction means that the student has maintained a 3.80 or higher grade point average for all Casper College coursework taken. Tonight, diplomas and certificates will be presented by Dr. Cherry and members of the Board of Trustees. Casper College employees will assist in awarding diplomas and certificates to family members who will be graduating. So first row, please rise and come forward. And deans, as I announce your name, you will come to the podium and introduce your graduates. These first graduates are from the School of Business and Industry. Dr. Leslie Travers is dean.
William Daniel Andrews, candidate for distinction. Samuel Enoch Bertineau. Melanie Amber Blades. Casey Lee Britton. Marco Antonio Burgos. Rebecca Lynn Burton. Alyssa Rose Butts. Tanya Rose Clemens. Nathan Allen Cochran. Nicholas Paul Cochran. Andrew Thomas Corkle. Stick Crosby. Raymond David Eason. Glenn Allen Engelhop, Jr. Valerie Nicole Eschi. Randall Lee Foria. Kenneth Michael Fossmeyer. Eric A. Garner. Peter Benjamin Gatza. Andrew M. Giral. Edmund Rodney Gurmis. Bud Gabriel Guardiola. Rose M. Gutierrez. Emily Laura Hayes. Samuel Elijah Hayes. Derek T. Higgins. Stacy Ann Howard. Kiefer Jonathan Huntley. Doug Leon Johnston. Bailey Allison Jones. Eric Michael Kenyon. Mary Beth Knopick. Todd Cameron Cool, candidate for distinction. Kelsey DeVay Little. Adam Joseph Longo, awarded Fire Science Technology degree and certificate posthumously. His wife, Jennifer Longo, is accepting in his memory. Keller Nathaniel Marsh. Joseph Dean Martinez. Christopher Scott McClenahan. Shane Patrick McVeigh. William Clinton Midkiff. Kevin Derek Mowens. Kristen Lee Nash. Kenneth Allen Ormond. Cole Smith Palmer. Danny Allen Palmer, candidate for distinction. Desiree Dawn Petty. Acacia Grace Phillips. April Martinez Ramos. Shane Ford Robinson. Kevin Hayden Ross, candidate for distinction. Jason Ryan Salazar, candidate for distinction. Thomas Glenn Sanford. Nicholas John Shrunk. Chance Elliott Smith. Jacob Anthony Smith. Wade Richard Stegemeyer. Rhett Dave Daniel Stickney. Christopher O. Stryker. Lane Aaron Sweedland, candidate for distinction. Bradford Lee Tennant. Tyler Wesley Tilley. Jose Luis Villegas. Christopher Ray Warwick. Eric Christopher Wester. Irna Sergeyevna Porimba. Robert J. Wilson. Rebecca Louise Wise. Benjamin Jacob Wolf.
At this time, we are pleased to recognize graduates from the School of Fine Arts and Humanities, presented by Dr. Eric Unruh, Dean.
I work with arts faculty. It's great. Sarah Kylene Allen, candidate for distinction. Jennifer L. Bennett. David Thomas Bauer. Emily Gail Brantz, candidate for distinction. Dominique D. Brooks. Gerald D. Brooks. Jessica Elise Brost. Denison Rodriguez Verguillos. Rosalie Coutry. Darcy Elaine Dellinger. Tammy Dawn Dominguez Adams. Denzel C. Douglas. Rachel Irene Dugan. Jessica Taylor Fabricius. Anna Rose Fiorini. Diamond Dawn Forbes. Keith Brian Goodenough. Madara Gulbe. Dylan Todd Goldberg. Kara Jean Hatton. Mandy Cherie Hill. Kristen Nicole Height. Samuel L. Ivory. Kiaro Tonette Jenkins. Courtney Megan Jones, candidate for distinction. Whitney Lishay Keating. Courtney Jo Kuhn, candidate for distinction. Brent Stefan Maciek. Zohal Manzoor Maksudi. Jennifer Lee Maxwell. Catherine Nicole McGurr. Margaret Eileen McLean. Rebecca Jean Merlino. Ria Kareen Paxton. Ryan Decker Rasner. Jessica Rose Riebel, candidate for distinction. Elisa Leanne Rennick. Kyle William Rutar. Carl Leroy Severance. Sarah Elise Snyder. Kaya Jordan Spiva. Emily Ann Stegan. Taylor Lawrence Vignaroli. Nicholas John Warren. Braden Trapper Williamson.
Dr. Leslie Travers will present graduates from the School of Health Science on behalf of Dr. Tammy Franklin Dean.
Rebecca Good Egamen Ani. Ruth K. Amari Harton. Joseph Raymond Beals. Amy Elise Bryant. Amanda Lee Barker. Erin Lynn Cartwright. Sheila Valoria Christie. Jennifer Rochelle Kramer, candidate for distinction. Ryan Jean Kramer. Andrea Nieli Denise. Jamie Leanne Derby. Misty Lee Devereaux. Nathan Matthew Dice. Ashley Lynn Dion. Sharon Lynn Donovan. Christine Ann Dines. Jennifer Marie Eason. Danielle Christine Elliott. Latasha K. Evans. Angela Dawn Finicum. Joey Ray Fisher II. Jonathan Barry Free. Heather Lee Froling. Janine K. Galindo. Samantha Maria Gibson. Lori Beth Gosman. Carrie Lene Hammock. Claire Elizabeth Hedrick. Jennifer Jo Hewitt. Callie Ann Hubbard. Charlotte Jean Jennings, candidate for distinction. Samuel William Isaiah Johnson. Diedrich Michael Kimmel. Julia Marie Curlin. Kelsey Joe Knight. Kristen J. Lanier. Tyler Cole Larson. Aubrey Alexa Lee. Charis Michelle Leslie. Shauna Lynn Lips. Janelle Cecilia Lockmiller. Chandrea Marie Lopez Shue. Shenanda Marie Lovato. Damian Zay Lucero, candidate for distinction. Val E. Mons. Micah Demita Manzanares. Amanda Marie McFarland. Reva Nicole McKee. Autumn Breeze Middleton. Julie Ann Morin. Heidi Mueller.
Melanie Dawn Pate. Gina Dawn Patterson. Jimmy Pavey. Tracy Dawn Penley, candidate for distinction.
Candidate for distinction. Neela Ann Roberts. Brandy Lee Rogers. Giovanni Sabat Sanchez. Amanda Nicole Sanders. Gabriel John Scarborough. Catherine Ann Schaefer. Thomas K. Sherwin. Michaela Elizabeth Schaus. Sarah Catherine Schutz. Amy Ann Sorensen. Emma Lee Jacqueline Steinmetz. Erica Rochelle Swan. Tanya L. Tangney. Sarah Elizabeth Taylor. Dawn Maureen Thompson. Nicole Marie Underwood, candidate for distinction. Michaela Jean Walker. Jennifer Rose Washchek. Stephanie Irene Went. Crystal Dawn Williams. Lee Wood. Samantha Marie Woods. Car E. Lee Wortley. Johnny Don Zulig.
At this time, I'm pleased to introduce Dean Melissa Conley, who will present graduates from the School of Science.
Caitlin Marie Adrian. Daryl L. Andes. Chelsea Ann Barnett. Eric J. Burdahl. Blaine Nicholas Bogart. Caleb Wesley Bunce. Candidate for distinction. Casey Renee Carpenter. Sid Noah Koto. Lindsay Michelle Craig. Susanna Kriki. Mackenzie Mariah Danforth. And Alicia J. Delgadillo. Alicia was candidate for distinction. Savannah K. Donarski. Kinsey Marie Freeman. Robert Grover Grant. Scott E. Grant. Nathan Christopher Gulbranson. Morgan Taylor Hatfield. Trinity Faith Holland. Wesley Byron Hood. Catherine Kelly Koroulis, candidate for distinction. Rhett Mitchell Long, candidate with distinction. Edward Muta Matheri. Jessica Lynn McClellan, candidate for distinction. Justin Myers Muldashel. Kevin Clay Ty Mernon. Cynthia Beatrice Nielsen, candidate for distinction. Ashley Lyndon Nikolai. Kathleen Pearl Oshner, candidate for distinction. JC Lynn Panel. Alyssa Leah Schmidt, candidate for distinction. Michelle Elizabeth Sherwin. Brock Matthew Smith. Mackenzie Lynn Taylor, candidate for distinction. Margaret Ann Tevens, candidate for distinction. Abigail Marie Tilley, candidate for distinction. Parker Cade Bersamak, candidate for distinction. Paul D. Watson. Alex Diane Weimer, I'm sorry. And may I also add that Daryl Lynn Andes was candidate with distinction. Thank you.
I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Ruth Doyle, who is presenting graduates from the School of Social and Behavioral Sciences on behalf of Dr. Sean Powell, Dean, who is seated.
Jason Spencer Anthony. Alexis Jane Banta. Christopher Allen Bell. Nicole Katrina Blanchard. Robert Michael Bird. Rafal Himel Lewiski, candidate for distinction. Micah Avon Christensen, candidate for distinction. Tammy A. Clay. Felicia Rochelle Cummings. Tiffany Lynn Davis. Christina Amber Dickinson. Stephanie Ryan Fegler. Mary Kathleen Fraser. Robin R. French. William Kirby Gay. Bridget N. Graham. Cassandra Dawn Green, candidate for distinction. Samantha Marie Henderson. Devin Robert Hodgins. Brittany Ann Nicole Holbrook, candidate for distinction. Kirsten Alexis Johnson. Maria Guadalupe Landres Salvador. Amanda Grace Long. Amanda Marie Miles. Tanya Marie Miller. Michelle L. Morgan. Heather Renee Nelson. Tabitha Leigh Nelson. Melissa Sue Lynn Newport. Michelle K. Palmer, candidate for distinction. Candidate for distinction. Paige Helen Penfield, candidate for distinction. Kylie Nicole Petrak. Tracy Ann Pike. Sarah Jaylynn Clemens, candidate for distinction. Lacey Danelle Poley. Misty Denise Pomeroy. Elizabeth Rose Marie Prater. Jaya Rain Ram. Mark Allen Robbins, candidate for distinction. Katrina Ray Sanchez, graduate with distinction. Carrie Renee Silvera, candidate for distinction. Jody Lynn Simpson. Tiffany Rochelle Slotaker, graduate with distinction. Victoria Bernadette Tomlinson Sloyer. Becky Lee Steffenhagen. Mariah Amber Struck. Tammy Jo Studer. Kathleen A. Talent. Lori Ann Nelson Thappa. Jordan Jennifer Tipton, candidate for distinction. Darcy J. Ward. Amanda Kelsey Weber. Terry Jo Winter. Stacy Ann Wright.
This evening, we are pleased to recognize graduates from one of our partner institutions, Valley City State University. Carrie Malem, Casper College Education Department Chair, and Dr. Gary Thompson, Dean of Education from VCSU, will confer and present degrees. Graduates, please come forward and proceed to the stage.
Dawn Marie Custard. Jana K. Grube. Caitlin O'Shea Keysbury. Jenny Marie Knox. Amy Sue McCoy. Tiffany Stout McFadden. Amanda Jo Norris. Autumn Faye Smith. Kim Forti Smith. Jenna Lee Thomas. Kristen Jean Warner.
Family, friends, Casper College faculty and staff, please join me in congratulating the 2012 graduates.